Explain to me why you killed your mom. All these are the same clothes you went there when you killed her?
Yes.
You're a cold-blooded killer who has no remorse and killed your mom.
Most kids get in trouble for sneaking cookies before dinner, but some take things way too far, thinking they can get away with the unthinkable. Their own parents. What happens when these evil kids get caught after thinking that they can get away with their parents?
What kind of person fucking stabs their own mother in the fucking back? It was an accident.
I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to?
No.
Where did you cut her?
In the neck, I think.
Here are several instances when evil kids think they can get away with their parents. Starting with the case of Levente Lazar, a cold-blooded son who his own mother in a act to get an early inheritance.
There's video surveillance of you in multiple places, right at your mom's house. You're telling me that you're here, but that's complete contradiction to everything that I know.
Was she on the day I arrived? Or
She was when you.
On October the 25th, 2018, police dispatch received a series of calls regarding a welfare check at the 200 block of South 9th Street in Grover Beach. Officer Cook from California Men's Colony initially called to inform dispatch that 2 officers would be conducting a welfare check at the location. This seemingly routine call would soon unravel into a tragic and perplexing case. As the situation developed, Officer Cook called back with growing concern. The subject of the welfare check, a registered nurse, had failed to show up for work that morning. Her vehicle was at the residence, but she wasn't responding to knocks at the door. A neighbor's description of her daily routine suggested something was amiss. This escalating concern set the stage for what officers would soon discover. Upon arrival, police made a grim discovery. Inside the home, they found the body of Athena Valentini, a local prison nurse and Hungarian immigrant. The scene was unsettling, to say the least, with significant bloodshed, severe injuries to her throat and upper body, as well as signs of forceful struggle. What initially began as a welfare check had now become a investigation. As detectives delved deeper into Athena's life, they uncovered a series of puzzling details. Her cell phone was missing, despite charging cables being plugged in. A UPS store receipt from the previous day showed Athena alive and well, seemingly without distress. These clues hinted at a complex timeline leading up to her death, leaving investigators to piece together her final hours. The investigation took an unexpected turn when detectives spoke with Athena's son, Levente, who was attending college in Bloomington, Indiana.
Hi.
Hello, are you Lazar? Or Mr. Lazar?
Yeah, Levente Lazar.
Okay, is Miss Valentini your mother?
Yes.
Can I step in and speak to you, please?
My girlfriend lives here, but sure.
Is it, you live here with her, though?
Yeah, she's here and a dog.
Okay, would you mind if I come in?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Come on.
All right, thank you.
Oh, puppy. He's on.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
Doing pretty well. I was contacted this afternoon by the St. Louis Obispo County Sheriff's Department or District Attorney's Office, I don't remember which one.
Okay.
Your mother's passed away. I'm very, very sorry for that, obviously.
What happened?
I don't know. They didn't really give me any details. They just asked that we come and make a notification to you
Okay.
and then have you get in touch with them.
Do you have a phone number?
I do. I have a phone number for you. I have it written down already. It's Casey Neal, and that's his telephone number.
And you don't have any other details?
No. No, he'll be able to give you any kind of details or whatever. And that's general practice. They don't really tell us a whole lot when it's, especially when it's out of state. They just ask us to come and make notification.
Okay.
So,
All
I'm very
right.
sorry for your loss.
Thank you so much for the house call, though.
Obviously, that's a very hard thing to have to deal with. So, when was the last time you spoke with your mom?
On Monday, and I've been calling her, and it goes straight to voicemail, and then the voicemail says it's full.
Okay.
But she's been having a tough time with her phone. I thought maybe it was a phone issue.
Okay. Sorry to have to bring bad news to you.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you so much, though. I really appreciate it.
Sorry about that.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Levente's calm demeanor during the death notification raised some suspicion. This, coupled with discrepancies in his alibi and the discovery of a prepaid burner phone purchased near his apartment, began to paint a troubling picture. As the evidence mounted, including surveillance footage, cell phone records, and license plate data, a shocking possibility emerged. The son, who claimed to be thousands of miles away at the time of the might have actually been present in Grover Beach. With a prepaid phone traced to Levente's location, his vehicle was spotted traveling across the country, and there was footage of him purchasing the burner phone. All the pieces of the puzzle were falling into place. The officers now had to bring the son in for questioning, while other officers executed a search warrant at Levente's apartment. As Detective Neal began the interrogation, Levente's demeanor seemed calm and cooperative. However, as the questions probed deeper into his recent activities, subtle inconsistencies in his story started to emerge.
This is a very difficult
Yes.
thing to deal with, and I just wanted to let you know that we all wanted to extend our condolences and work very hard on this case.
Thank you.
It's very difficult losing a parent. I've lost one as well, and so
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I actually lost 2 parents now because
Yeah.
my father passed away from a heart attack. So my biological father.
Right, you said that was before you guys came over.
Yeah, so I was born in 1992, and my parents married 2 months after I was born, and he passed away in 1995 from a sudden heart attack in the middle of the night.
Oh wow.
My mom just woke up and found him passed away. And then in 1997, we immigrated here because the Hungarian laws when it comes to like adoption and stuff is if the father passes away, then the child goes to the father's parents, so my grandparents. And my mom was scared of losing me, so we fled the country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and we came.
Wow.
We went to Los Angeles,
Yeah.
and then we kind of built a life from there.
His initial calmness and willingness to discuss his background at length was telling. This is a common tactic used by suspects to appear cooperative. However, this oversharing about his personal history indicated an attempt to establish credibility while avoiding discussion of recent events. The detective's gentle prodding revealed Levente's reluctance to discuss details of his recent whereabouts. His vague responses and inability to provide a credible explanation for his activities during the time of his mother's death raised suspicions.
You last went to California to see your mom in January?
Of this year, I think January 6th. That's what Hannah said.
Okay.
2018. So that was the last time I saw her in person. Because right now I'm starting to learn how to become a retail investor, or just a trader, so trading stock options and futures. I realized that it's best to be employed because if I don't, I'm going to pay more taxes. And I just want to make it clear, you're welcome to access my phone or to come to my house or anything like that. You don't need a warrant. I can invite you in.
Okay.
I didn't make that clear on the phone, or if I did, I forgot. But I just want to kind of help in any way I can.
I appreciate that, and that's
So-
what I'm looking for, is a little bit of help here.
Levente's explanation of his financial situation also raised some red flags. His casual mention of receiving large sums of money from an annuity seemed oddly detached.
10 and 2013, I would receive about $15,000 a year.
Okay.
So I didn't have to work when I was in college, basically. I was very lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2017, I received $90,000, and I paid off most of my student debt there. I put most of it in my savings, opened up an IRA account, started trading, kind of looking long term. And then I have one final payment of $200,000, not exactly $200,000, it's $200,000 and change, in 2022 when I'm 30. Not when I'm 30, but July 5th, 2022, so after my birthday. I think very much into the future. I have a 3, 5, 7, and 10-year plan, and it's not really something that I execute, like bullet point down, but it's just a general idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a direction.
So another thing, so you told me you and your mom have identical cars?
Correct.
Okay.
The vehicle's just around here.
Oh, your vehicle?
My vehicle,
Okay.
yes.
So it's a white Jeep Patriot?
Correct.
Okay.
2013, I think.
Your mom's dog, that initially was your dog, right?
Initially, yes.
Athena?
So, sophomore year of high school,
Uh-huh.
it's 2007, I mentioned that I'd never had a dog. And
To your
all
mom?
my friends, to my mom, and all my friends had dogs and cats and stuff like that, but we've never had an animal.
Mm-hmm.
So I mentioned it, and she went to a pound in Agora Hills, and she just found a little beagle and she brought it home. And then she was my dog until about 2010 when I moved out.
Okay.
So I never took Athena. She came to Berkeley with me for maybe like a week, but she's never lived with me long term.
Once you went to school?
Yeah, and then my mom took care of her since 2010.
Levente's nonchalant discussion of significant financial windfalls indicates either a privileged background or an attempt to portray financial stability. This is relevant as financial motives will later be suspected in the crime. As the detective delved deeper into Levente's alibi, inconsistencies began to surface regarding his recent travels.
So you talked to her on Monday, right?
Yes.
And then you went to Indianapolis on Tuesday. It was the 23rd.
Correct.
Okay, so then Wednesday is when I believe she was.
Okay, and she texted me.
And she texted you on Thursday, on the 25th.
Yes.
At 9 p.m. Okay. And then you've been in Bloomington since then?
Yeah, or just like a nearby area. So when Monday, the day I spoke to her, I've been in like 100-mile range.
Of your house?
Yeah, of Bloomington.
Okay. Okay, well that's kind of what I need a little bit of help with, is because, and you've had your phone with you that whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. I was able to get records for all your recent people that have called your mom.
Okay.
And so your number was one of them on the 22nd.
Yeah.
So they came back with those records when I asked from AT&T.
Okay.
And so they showed your phone going to Springfield, Missouri on the 23rd, I believe. 22nd, 23rd. Can you help me explain that?
Not Missouri. I went to Mount Vernon in Missouri. But that was, I'm sorry, in Illinois.
I thought that was Illinois,
Yeah, but that's as far as I went.
The detective's careful questioning about Levente's whereabouts reveals a common investigative technique of allowing the suspect to commit to a story before presenting contradictory evidence. Levente's explanation for his trip to Missouri raised suspicions, as he claimed to have driven across multiple states for a seemingly trivial reason.
The earliest time I was in Missouri was in June.
Okay.
Of this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the only phone you have?
That's the only phone I had. I had this in January of last year.
Huh.
No,
It's just strange. I mean, so basically when our phones travel, they talk to cell phone towers?
Correct.
Right. So you're a smart guy. You probably know better than me.
The implausibility of Levente's stated reason for traveling to Missouri is a red flag. Such extreme explanations often indicate an attempt to cover up more sinister motives. The detective began to confront Levente with cell phone data that contradicted his story completely.
Every time they connect to a tower,
Yeah.
it shows the tower's location.
Yeah.
Your phone has to be within close proximity of those towers.
Right.
So the fact that your phone shows going from your house basically to the Springfield, Missouri.
I understand. I understand.
On the 22nd, 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was not in Missouri this month. Last month. June was the last month I was in Missouri.
Huh.
Late June.
And the other curious thing is, so on the 25th, your phone is showing up in Texas. And it tracks all the way back to your house from Texas.
I was not in Texas. Last time I was in Texas was when I moved out there.
Oh.
It was 2015 because I drove here.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I looked at your phone records, what I did was I looked at the other callers that called your mom, okay? And I found another Cincinnati, Ohio number that looks like it was traveling with your phone to your mom's house. And
I don't have another phone either.
yeah, well, so when I looked at that and I put the two records together,
Oh, I understand.
I have a map from your house to your
Texas.
mom's house.
Oh, to my mom's house.
Correct.
Okay.
With those two phones, it maps directly from your house on the 22nd to your mom's house on the 24th.
I can promise you, I was not.
Okay.
I was not in California
listen
except
to me.
January.
Listen to me for a sec here. So
Sure.
when I looked at that,
Yes.
I checked. There's other systems that we can check that they have what's called a license plate reader.
Okay.
Okay. And when a license plate gets scanned on that as you're driving down the road, it takes a picture of your car. Okay. And the picture it took in Texas and in Arizona and in California is a picture of your car.
This year. All right, except in January.
Okay. Listen to me, Levente.
I'm listening.
Okay. All those records clearly show it was your Jeep. Okay. There's video surveillance cameras on your mom's apartment. Did you know that?
I did not.
The video surveillance cameras show you going into your mom's apartment when she was.
The introduction of cell phone tower data is a crucial moment. This type of evidence is difficult for suspects to just explain away, often leading to changes in their story. His reaction to the revelation about his phone's location data was telling. The conversation shifted to Levente's financial situation, revealing potential motives.
Let me show you a couple things here. Okay, just so you know. Okay, here's her trust, right?
Okay.
And this goes in to explain that you are her sole heir, so you do get all her property.
But I didn't even know about this. I mean, I knew she wrote one up, or she talked to attorneys,
Sure.
but I didn't know about this.
Okay. Let me show you a few things here. Okay. So we can get past that part, because it's more about why, okay?
It's not about what.
Okay. Okay.
I don't understand what you're saying.
This is your house right here, where this is.
Yes.
This is your mom's house.
Yes.
Okay. You understand that pictures caught you along the route. That's your Jeep, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what you're telling me about being in Indiana and never leaving and not seeing your mom in January of this year
No, I saw her in
is
January.
clearly, well, you were at her house on the 24th of
I
October.
was not in her house. Of October of this year, I was not.
Levente, do you see what I'm showing you? You want to see more? Your pictures of your Jeep was taken all along your route with you in it. Okay? The video at your mom's house show you driving by at 3:30 that afternoon, okay, in your Jeep.
I was
Okay.
not there.
Understand what all this says is that you were. So for you to sit here and tell me that makes zero sense, and it doesn't look, good for you. Okay? What I'm trying to understand is, did something happen when you were there that caused a struggle with your mom?
No.
Were you just mad at her? Do you need money?
No. I don't need money.
So what happened? Tell me what happened.
I don't
That's the
know.
only way we're going to understand this a little bit better.
Discussions about finances often reveal hidden motives for crimes. The detectives' probing questions about Levente's debts and financial obligations are strategically important. Levente's demeanor began to change as the detective pressed him about inconsistencies in his story.
That said you called her, right when you called her from the phone you got at Best Buy. She told her friend on the 24th, that afternoon.
I don't know, maybe you understand, but my father passed away last fall.
Mm-hmm.
My mom and I had a very close relationship. Everything she did for me. For you to even say such a thing, it's kind of ridiculous. I didn't know about this, and even if I did, it doesn't make a difference, because you're welcome to look at my financial records.
Okay, well, what's your financial situation right now?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's more than fine. May I ask though, have you been focused? Have you looked at other leads?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yes.
Everyone I spoke to, Terry and Joseph, they've been telling me the same thing, that it sounds like you guys don't know what is happening.
Really?
And if you're really wasting your time with me,
No, I wouldn't do that.
no, not wasting my time, but wasting your time with me.
No, I wouldn't do that either. Can you explain to me then the pictures of your Jeeps that are in Arizona and Texas? Because it's very clear your Jeep has this Jeep sticker here.
Yes, it does.
And what's this sticker?
When I lived in an apartment in Davis.
Okay. That's your license plate.
It's
right?
clear. It's not.
It's clear.
I
Okay.
can see it.
Can you explain that too?
No, I cannot.
Why?
I cannot. Because I have no answer.
Okay.
And
That's your Jeep.
sure.
Okay. That's in Texas.
Okay.
Okay. That's where your phone is hitting a tower.
Okay.
That's where the phone you bought at Best Buy is hitting a tower. Okay. Right there.
Okay.
Where you picture your Jeep.
Yes.
You in it. Okay.
Okay, I understand.
Okay. Help me explain
I can't
Okay.
because I don't know, you see.
that. Okay. So this is on the 23rd when you're driving out to California.
Okay.
Okay. This is on the 25th when you're driving back
Okay.
to Indiana.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Like
understand.
everywhere you went,
Yeah.
you got captured on video.
Okay.
Okay. You understand that? You got captured everywhere you went.
And you have
There's
a
video surveillance of you at the house. Probably show you that too. Okay. The Best Buy is really not that important. I know you had that phone and you called your mom from it because her own records show it, your records show it, and she tells her friend about talking to you right after that phone call from that phone. Okay.
Okay.
You're on video at her house, Levente. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? What you're saying flies in the face of reason.
No, I understand what you're saying. What I don't understand is reason.
Okay.
Proof, I guess.
Okay. Is that not your Jeep driving in front of your mom's house? That's on the 24th of October.
I can't. I mean, I saw the Jeep.
Okay, that's your Jeep, correct?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. I just saw a
let's watch it
white
again. Here you go. Okay. What's that in that corner?
sticker.
Right? Okay. That's your sticker, the exact place you have it on your Jeep, correct?
Okay.
What's that sticker? Exact sticker you have on your Jeep, is that correct?
I didn't see the second sticker, but
Okay.
okay.
So this is front of your mom's house.
Okay.
On 1024, look. At 1527, which means 327.
I didn't see my mom. The next thing, I didn't see.
Explain that to me then.
I don't know.
That's your Jeep.
How do you know that's my Jeep, though? Can you show me proof of me?
Yeah. Is that what you need in order to tell me what happened?
Sure, but I didn't do anything.
Changes in a suspect's demeanor during questioning can be highly indicative. Here, Levente's increasing defensiveness suggests he's feeling cornered by the evidence. However, the detective's questioning about Levente's internet search history introduced a new level of evidence. As Levente continued to deny involvement, the detective methodically laid out the evidence against him.
And that phone are together, all these towers, until you shut it off on the way there.
Yes.
In Springfield or around Springfield, Missouri. You made mistakes. You called your own phone to check your voicemail on your way back from this phone you bought at Best Buy. Okay? That phone travels with your phone in your Jeep. There's pictures taking you along the whole way right to your mom's house. There's video surveillance of you in multiple places right at your mom's house. Okay? So tell me that you're telling me that you're here, but that's complete contradiction to everything that I know. So help me understand why this happened. I already know that you hurt your mom that day. Was there an argument?
No, because I did not hurt my mom. I did not see my mom.
The detective's systematic presentation of evidence is a common tactic to break down a suspect's denials. Each piece of evidence adds to the overall picture of guilt. As the interrogation intensified, Detective Neal confronted Levente with more specific details about his movements.
Going to California, first place I stopped was, was Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay. And you remember where you stopped?
No, it was like a rest stop. So it was not in Albuquerque, it was nearby, off the highway, rest stop.
Okay.
How long? 3 hours? 4 hours?
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that the only time you stopped?
For that trip.
For that entire trip?
Then went to California, and then I went to an In-N-Out, and then I slept in the car there after eating, and then I went up to my mom's. I was going to surprise her. She wasn't there, and then I drove back.
Okay. When you say she wasn't there?
She wasn't there. I called her on my Cricket phone. I drove by. Her car wasn't there. I called her on my phone, the other phone. She didn't pick up. I guess she was at work.
The detective's increasing specificity about Levente's whereabouts is a common tactic to corner a suspect. By providing exact times and locations, it becomes harder for Levente to maintain plausible deniability. Levente's story about his trip to California began to unravel under scrutiny.
What else did you take with you in the Jeep up to California?
Clothes.
Clothes? What kind of clothes?
T-shirt, jeans, shorts. That's it.
Okay. Did you bring a computer with you?
No.
No?
I have a tablet, but it's very old, so I don't use it. I just have it.
Okay. That's a long trip.
I know.
So you're telling me that
I know what it sounds like.
you're telling me that you drove
for
64 hours
for 15 grams of weed.
for $100 worth of weed.
I know what it sounds like. I know it does.
I think we need to talk about what happened in Grover.
I understand you gave me more rights when I first came here.
Yeah.
I understand. I think you can understand why I was hesitant, why I didn't say I was in California, because I'm crossing state lines with weed.
Is that really the thing that you think I'm here for?
No.
Don't
You're
care
not.
about-
You're not here for the weed. I understand that.
You understand
but
that I talked to you about your mom being and asked you for your help to explain to me when the last time you saw your mom was. And
But I
you,
didn't see my mom.
if this story you just told me is true,
Yeah.
you would have told me that.
No, because
Correct.
no.
Why?
Because I am crossing state lines.
Levente's claim of driving cross-country for a small amount of marijuana is highly implausible. This kind of extreme explanation often indicates a desperate attempt to account for damning evidence while maintaining innocence. However, the detective methodically dismantled Levente's alibi piece by piece.
All these are the same clothes you went there when you...
Yes. No, I didn't see my mom. No. These are the clothes that I wore to California. I didn't see my mom that day.
What happened when you went to her house later that day?
I drove to her place down Main Street, and then I circled twice, saw a guy in a pickup truck washing his car. He lives there, I'm assuming. Then I went back to the Main Street, and then you know how at the end of the Main Street it goes to the beach?
Mm-hmm.
Sat there for a little bit, called her. She didn't pick up, called her a couple of times. She said she was running errands. She eventually picked up.
Mm-hmm.
She said she was going to be home later that evening. And then I drove home. I literally drove home.
Okay.
And it's
You know
not,
your phone goes back to her, that area by her house. You know your phone doesn't leave then, right?
okay. Yeah, because I was on the phone. I called her. And I talked to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand that.
And you went back to her house.
No, I didn't. No, I literally left. After I spoke to her, I drove away. Away from Grover Beach, that is.
Oh, yeah. After,
No.
do you think Hannah knows?
She knows about my mom. She doesn't know about the marijuana or the California trip.
Okay. What do you think she's gonna think about that?
As obvious, people are gonna start making assumptions.
By going through Levente's timeline, the detective was forcing him to commit to specific details. This makes it easier to catch inconsistencies and lies later in the interrogation. As the evidence mounted, Levente's demeanor began to shift.
Are you a cold-blooded or did something else happen in the house?
I never.
What else happened in the house then?
I never saw.
No, that's we're past that, Levente.
Are
All
we?
right, we are.
How are we past that?
We're way past that.
Prove it to me.
I'm telling you, I've already proved it. Okay, that you did this. Okay.
No, you haven't.
Okay. To me, Levente, you need to be able to explain this. Because no one else is going to understand. You're the only one who can give us that part.
Look, Casey, I told you, there's no reason for me to hurt my mom. Okay? You want to brand me as a cold blood?
I don't want to brand you as
or the jury? Fine, but we'll see. But you don't have
did
the
something
evidence.
else happen there?
No, because I didn't see my mom.
Levente's increasing desperation to explain away the evidence suggests his realizing the weakness of his position. His calm demeanor from early in the interrogation is starting to crack, even as the evidence became overwhelming. Levente maintained his innocence, challenging the detective to show him proof. His continued denials in the face of overwhelming evidence and his challenges to see specific pieces of proof were consistent with the behavior of someone pathologically committed to their lies, or in deep denial about their actions. He was immediately arrested on charges after the interrogation. During a thorough search of his apartment, detectives seized numerous electronic devices, including his iPad. Data extraction from the device revealed several incriminating Google searches. Levente Lazar suspect Grover Beach, Levente Lazar Grover Beach, and Grover Beach on 9th Street. Notably, this iPad, being a Wi-Fi only device, required a wireless connection to access the internet. On the morning of October the 25th, Levente's iPad connected to the free Wi-Fi at a McDonald's in Winslow, Arizona from 11 a.m. to 11:10 a.m. Crucially, his mother's body wasn't discovered until 11:50 a.m. that same day, meaning Levente's searches about a on 9th Street in Grover Beach predated the discovery of Athena's body. Surveillance footage from McDonald's also captured Levente's Jeep, further solidifying Detective Neal's conviction of Levente's guilt. Deputy District Attorney Lindsay Ebner dug into Levente's finances, uncovering a contrast to his claims of financial stability. Despite receiving a $130,000 annuity from his mother's deceased boyfriend, Levente's financial situation was dire, to say the least. He had lost over $49,000 in the stock market, owed nearly $70,000 in student loans, and approximately $112,000 to the IRS. Lindsay concluded that Levente was rapidly approaching insolvency. 1 year after Athena's the jury found Levente Lazar guilty of first-degree murder of his mother with a sharp object. The judge handed down a life sentence without the possibility of parole. If you thought Levente's attempts to cover up his mother's was the case of Nathaniel Shimmel takes the darkness to an even more chilling level.
Your story makes no sense. You can't tell me how some of this blood splattered all over your shirt. You do this, and you hit, right?
On August the 23rd, 2017, a chilling 911 call alerted the authorities to a incident.
Flagler County 911, what's going on there?
I think he hurt my mom.
Who's he?
I don't know. He was wearing one of those robber masks. Oh, I heard screaming. Then I came out and she was on the ground.
Are you with your mom right now?
No, I got away.
Okay, so you left your mom at 47 Wood Hollow?
Yes.
All right, and where are you now?
I'm at a friend's house.
Okay, do you know how she was injured?
There was a knife.
What do you mean there was a knife? Did you see a knife in her?
Yes.
As the officers arrived at the scene, they were met with a tragic sight. Michelle Shimmel's lifeless body found in the front lawn covered in blood. The officers questioned the caller to piece together the events, but they quickly grew skeptical of Nathaniel's story.
What's your name? Nathan? My name's Jay. Okay. I see you've got some blood on you. Is that from you?
From her.
From her. Who did this?
I don't know. He was tall and he had one of those robber masks.
He had a ski mask. You've ever seen him before?
I don't know.
Was he wearing gloves?
I don't know.
You know if he was a white guy or a black guy?
I wasn't. I tried to get out of there.
Okay. So how tall was he? You know how tall he was?
He was really tall.
I'm right about 6 foot. Was he taller than me? About the same?
Maybe a little bit taller.
6'1", 6'2", maybe?
Yeah.
What was he wearing?
I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay. So all you can really remember is he's about maybe 6'1", 6'2"-ish. What was he driving?
I don't know.
Okay. Did he say anything? Were you and your mom both inside the house?
She was inside and I was on the back porch.
Okay.
I heard screaming and I came out and she was on the ground.
In the front yard?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was like, to the left of her, was back to me. I went right and I got in my car and I drove away.
And then when you came out to the front, you just saw this person running away?
He was, yeah.
And getting into a car?
I don't know.
Okay. Who does she live with?
Me, my sister, kicked my dad out. They're divorced.
When did she do that?
She recently kicked him out like a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago?
He's an alcoholic.
Let's take a look at you real quick just because you got some blood on your shirt. Okay, we'll make sure that you're not hurt or anything like that, okay? Are you injured anywhere? Lift your shirt off so make sure.
What?
Oh, you got some right here under your shirt.
What?
Yeah, go and put your, did you go like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see your hands real quick.
I got some of it off in the sink.
Okay, you washed some of it off already? Okay. Did you get in a vehicle or did you leave on foot?
I don't know. I got out as soon as I could.
You immediately got in your car and you left? Did you kneel down by your mom or anything, or did you just get out of there?
I looked to see if she was okay, but...
That's it? Did she say anything, or... No? Okay. You already watched it, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You wait out here while I go get my pad. I'm going to write a couple things down, okay? All right.
At this point, Nathaniel attempted to deflect suspicion, but the evidence consistently pointed right back at him.
It had to be my dad. It had to be my dad or something. They'd been arguing before she kicked him out.
Alright. What's your name again? How'd you get the blood on your shirt, do you know?
I think I might have, accidentally gotten on my shirt when I was looking at her. I don't know.
She was on the ground now?
Uh-huh.
Did she say anything to you when you were talking to her?
Uh-huh.
Were you trying to talk to her?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She didn't answer any questions? No? How's you guys' relationship? Pretty good?
We get fights.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing too big? Alright, cool deal. Did you get along well with your dad, or did you get along better with your mom?
Mom.
Your mom? Okay. So basically, long story short, you heard her screaming, you took your headphones off, you came from the back patio, inside the house, through the back. You saw the front door open, you went out through the front, and you saw her laying on the ground, and that's when you came out and you saw who you think might be your dad leaving. Okay. Was he running or walking?
Running.
Did you immediately leave and come over here? Did you stop next to your mom or anything?
Before I got in the car.
Oh, did you try to talk to her? What'd she say to you? She didn't say anything? Okay. Did you see your dad's car? No. What about a clothing description? No idea? Okay.
The officers, determined to uncover the truth, brought Nathaniel into the interrogation room to gather more evidence. Little did they know they would encounter a web of lies and evasions that hinted at a far more reality.
I can't even imagine how stressful it is for you though right now, so hang in there. Where's your room?
It was in the dining room, but she put me on the porch.
She put you on the porch because of what?
I thought I wasn't looking for a job.
Oh, she thought you weren't looking for a job.
Yeah.
So the dogs hang out inside the house, not with you. How do you use the bathroom?
She said to go. This is recent. She just said to go outside.
How long has she made you stay out there?
Like 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
Has it got air conditioning?
It's got 2 fans.
But no air conditioning?
Nathaniel's claims about being locked out of the house raised immediate red flags. This type of evasive behavior is often employed by suspects to create distance from the crime scene and conceal their true involvement. As the interrogation progressed, the officer began to uncover discrepancies that would slowly chip away at Nathaniel's facade of innocence.
And how do you approach your mom? Tell me exactly.
I went down and I guess I got blood on me and I guess I wiped it on my shirt, but she had a knife in the back.
Do you remember what the knife looked like?
It was one of our kitchen knives, I think.
And you didn't call 911 until you got to Christian's house,
No,
correct?
until I thought I was safe.
That's right, because you didn't know if the guy had a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just pull that shirt off for a second?
Yeah.
That way I don't miss anything, because God forbid. Well, I don't want you to go out and see your sister with that on, to be honest with you. I'm going to see what I have as far as different clothes to throw on you. Okay, turn back around. All right, you got a lot of blood on you.
Do I?
Yeah, I have to answer for that.
Nathaniel's vague and unconvincing explanation for the blood on his shirt reveals a deep-seated reluctance to confront the truth. The web of inconsistencies continued to unravel as Nathaniel's responses grew increasingly evasive and contradictory.
I just want to make sure that I understand.
She locks me out. She doesn't want me coming to the house.
Who?
My mom.
Why?
She thinks I'm not looking for a job.
She expects you to be out looking for a job during the day.
But since she locked me out of the house, I don't have anybody showering or getting changed or anything.
Okay, and how long has that been going on?
Like 2 or 3 days, I think.
Okay. So when she keeps you out on the porch, does she let you in after she gets home?
Not anymore.
You haven't showered?
No, I haven't gotten to.
You've been sleeping outside?
Yeah, out on the porch. I've got 2 fans.
That's kind of bullshit.
Nathaniel's inability to provide a coherent timeline of events or a plausible justification for his actions raises grave concerns about his involvement in the tragedy. However, the pivotal moment arrived when the officer confronted Nathaniel about his puzzling decision not to call for emergency assistance, a choice that would further erode the fragile credibility of his narrative.
My main question is why wouldn't you call 911 from your house?
I wanted to make sure I was safe before I did it.
Were you concerned about being safe when you went up to her?
I don't know, I was just in a blind panic.
A blind panic?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I don't understand not calling 911 from that point. I mean, even as you're driving.
I didn't want to call while driving because I thought I might crash into something.
I mean, when time is of the essence, and this guy's already ran away, I can't get over not calling 911.
Nathaniel's rationalization for not calling 911 immediately suggests a troubling level of premeditation and a complete disregard for the urgency of the situation. This behavior, coupled with his lack of concern for his mother's well-being, painted a portrait of a young man who may have harbored deep-seated resentment or even a intent. The officer's keen observational and psychological insight became increasingly evident as the interrogation progressed, hinting at a deeper understanding of Nathaniel's emotional detachment and potential motive.
Can I see those scratches on your arm?
While I was lying against the guns in the police car, I think.
Those are scratches.
Are they?
Mm-hmm. You know what I think is kind of a strange thing? Is that we've been dealing with you for how many hours now? Do you know how many hours it's been? Okay. Do you know how many times you've asked any of us how your mom's doing? No? Are you gonna ask?
No. I'm afraid to know.
Huh? You don't want to know? Why?
Nathaniel's indifferent demeanor suggested a profound emotional disconnect that could be a key factor in understanding the underlying motives for the alleged crime, a subject that the officer focuses on.
I've been sitting here and listening to your excuses and whatever you're saying, and it's gotten a little bit aggravating, especially when you haven't asked once how she's doing, which I think is strange. I mean, you're 23 years old, 22 years old. Your mother raised you, and you don't want to know how she's doing? I think you know how she's doing. I think that's the problem. I think you know how she's doing.
Is she okay?
Why don't you tell me?
I don't know. Why would I know?
You don't know? You don't want to know.
No, I don't.
So then why'd you ask me?
Because you said.
Okay. Your mom's dead. You already knew that, though. That's why you don't ask. Do you know how many times everybody else asked me? Everybody else asked me. Except for you. You got nothing to say. I'm not even done telling you the crazy shit. So brace yourself. Do you know what high velocity blood spatter is? You don't? You have high velocity blood spatter on your shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. It means the blood hit your shirt at a high rate of speed.
Why would I do that?
There's only one reason that there would be high velocity blood spatter on your shirt. And that's you standing right next to your mother when she got stabbed.
The high-velocity blood spatter found on Nathaniel's clothing is a damning piece of physical evidence that directly contradicts his version of events. This shows the distinct possibility of a premeditated act rather than the accidental scenario Nathaniel has attempted to portray. At this point, the officer pushed the session to a notch higher.
Some of this blood splattered all over your shirt. You do this, and you hit, right? The blood spatters, okay? That's how it works. Do you know what physics is? So explain to me why your mother's blood is splattered at a high velocity. Are you just trying to piss me off? I don't understand.
Oh,
You're making up bullshit over and over. You're digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole, man. Why haven't you still reacted since I've told you that your mother's... You still haven't reacted.
there's no way.
She's dead.
Oh.
Yeah, she is. She's never coming back. Never gonna say another fucking word to you. But she knows what you did. Your dad doesn't have anything on his shirt. Your dad doesn't have any crazy stories. Just you, with blood all over your toes, with scratches on your arm. You lost a pair of glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah? You got a stretch on your V-neck.
That's the V-neck.
I know what a V-neck is. You've still got your mother's blood on your chest right now. I've been doing this shit for 12 years, man. I've dealt with the hardest gangsters in Flagler County. And when these dudes find out that their mother passes away or their family member, they react. You're just in here stone cold, like you don't give a f about anything I'm telling you.
She's not dead.
She is. Do you think that I just find guys and tell them that their mother's dead when she's not? She raised you and you her. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. What kind of person fucking stabs their own mother in the fucking back? Huh? A piece of shit? A complete fucking psychopath? And then to blame it on your Dad? You're f***ing sick. You can't even look at me in the fucking eyes. You're staring at the ground like a little fucking bitch because you can't f***ing tell me what you did.
As the interrogation intensified, Nathaniel's facade of denial began to crumble, revealing a chilling account of the tragic events that unfolded.
See this? Look at this. That's the local paper. It says, man stabs a woman on Palm Coast Wood Hollow Lane. Yeah. Come on, man. All of a sudden now you're in your feelings? If a masked man shows up at a house to kill somebody, guess what they already have with them? A weapon. That's right. You knew it. So why didn't that guy have a weapon? The only answer is because that guy doesn't exist. Let it out, man. It's gonna eat you alive. Tell me. What happened?
It was an accident.
It was an accident?
I didn't mean
You didn't mean
to.
to? That was the hardest part right there. How did it happen?
She was gonna take me out. We had an argument.
Mm-hmm.
There was a knife on the counter. I panicked. I just reached for it. It just happened.
Where did you cut her?
In the neck, I think.
Okay.
I don't hate her.
You don't hate her.
No. I just kept stabbing.
You just kept stabbing?
She tried to get away, so I grabbed her. She got outside.
And then what?
She just bled out. It was horrible. I just watched her die. I think I hit her in the fucking jugular. She just bled out.
How many times do you think you
A lot.
Why?
It didn't help that the dogs, they're stupid. They went after her.
You just got approved it.
There's no God that exists that will forgive me for what I did.
Can you stand up one, my friend?
Nathaniel was booked into jail, facing one count of second-degree. He swiftly entered a plea of not guilty. However, the state later escalated the charge to first-degree, leading to a sentence of 50 years in prison. Just when you thought familial tragedy could not cut any deeper, the case of Derek Rosa takes us into the chilling realm of matricide committed by a child.
You purposely went for the artery? When you cut her? Did she say anything to you or no?
No, she just screamed.
She just screamed.
Yes.
On October the 12th, 2023, a incident occurred in Hialeah, Florida. At night, 13-year-old Derek Rosa called 911 to make a shocking confession. He had fatally wounded his own mother, Irina Garcia, in their apartment. Police responded to the call and arrived at the scene. Upon entering the apartment, they were confronted with the shocking reality. In her bedroom lay Irina Garcia, lifeless. Yet amidst the tragedy, a sign of innocence remained. Her newborn baby, found unharmed nearby, oblivious to the horror that had just transpired. The evidence at the scene, coupled with Derek's own admission, quickly led investigators to a conclusion. The boy who had made the call was now their primary suspect. Following standard procedure, they detained Derek for questioning about the events that night. The interrogation began with detectives establishing basic facts about his living situation and daily routine.
How long have you lived in that apartment there?
Since I was 11, so 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Okay. Who lives there with you?
My mom, now my sister, because my mom has a daughter a week ago.
Okay.
And my stepdad.
What's your sister's name? Okay. And your stepfather, do you know his name?
Yes.
What's his name?
Frank Ramos.
Frank Ramos. Okay. Derek, let's start with this morning. You slept at your house last night, right?
Yeah.
Do you go back and forth between staying with your mom and your dad, or no?
Or
you usually just live with your mom?
Every it's really hard to explain. One weekend, I'm with my mom, and the other weekend, I'm with my dad. No, I'm not with my dad a whole week. Only 2 days.
Only weekends.
But not every weekend.
Where does your dad live?
Don't know.
You don't know? But is it in Miami, down here somewhere?
It's in Broward.
In Broward?
Yeah.
Okay. But last night you slept at your mom's house?
Yes.
Okay. You got up this morning and...
Went to my bus, my school bus.
You went to your school bus?
Yes.
What school do you go to?
I'm at Middle High.
I'm at Middle High?
Yeah.
Okay, that's over there on 20th Street, right?
Yes.
And what grade are you in?
8th grade.
8th grade? Honor classes?
No.
No? So tell me about your day in school. Regular day at school?
Regular. I didn't do too much work.
You didn't do too much work?
Nope.
Regular release day time and stuff like that. How do you get there, in bus?
Yeah.
Okay. You got back
on bus.
On bus?
Yes.
Okay. And then you were home the whole day, or did you leave?
I stayed home after school.
You stayed home after school?
Yeah.
This initial phase was crucial for building rapport and creating a timeline of events. The detectives are using a standard technique to put the suspect at ease before delving into more serious topics. The conversation then took a chilling turn as Derek, without prompting, confessed to taking his mother's life.
What happened tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Well, at around like 10, I went to bed.
Okay.
My mom did too.
Is that your regular time?
Like
9?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys explain to me about the apartment. You have your own room?
Yes.
And your mom?
Yes, she has her own room.
She has her own room. And your sister?
She stays in the same room as my mom.
Stays in the same room as your mom? And tonight, who was all there?
Me, my mom, and my sister.
Okay. So you went to sleep around 10?
10.
Okay. And then what?
I woke up.
All right. This immediate admission is highly unusual, especially for such a young suspect. It shows a desire for attention or a lack of understanding of the consequences of his actions. The detectives, maintaining a calm demeanor, probed for details about the weapon used.
What type of knife was it? Do you know?
It was just a big size kitchen knife.
That big?
Yeah.
What color was the handle?
Purple.
Purple?
Yes.
Okay. Your mom was sleeping?
Yeah, she was sleeping.
Okay. Explain to me. Well, we'll get into that a little later.
Derek's matter-of-fact description of the knife reveals a level of detachment. This emotional disconnect is often seen in individuals with antisocial tendencies or those in a state of shock. As the interrogation progressed, Derek's detailed knowledge of firearms became apparent.
My stepdad he owns 2. He has a Glock 19.
Okay.
And then, I don't know what it's called, another one.
Okay. What color are they?
The Glock 19 is black, and then the other one has a silver slide and then like a dark bluish handle.
Okay. So, what did you do with it?
He always has his Glock 19 with him at all times.
Mm-hmm.
And since he's a truck driver, he wasn't at home, he was far away.
Okay.
So I went into the closet.
Mm-hmm.
I found his book bag because he goes.
Okay.
I grabbed the. I put the magazine in the.
Okay.
I pulled back the slide, but I didn't want to shoot myself.
Okay.
I intended to shoot myself before, but I couldn't.
This level of familiarity with weapons in one so young was a potential red flag. It showed exposure to content or an unhealthy fascination with firearms. However, the description of his actions following the demonstrated a concerning level of premeditation as well as calculated attempts at concealment.
And then what did you do?
I decided to call my friends to tell them what happened, and then I said goodbye to my friends.
You called them before you decided to try to shoot yourself or afterwards?
After.
Okay. How many friends did you call?
Only one.
What's his name?
I don't know his real name. He's an online friend.
He's an online friend?
Yeah.
When you say online friend, what do you mean, from video games?
Yes, from video games. I know him real well.
Okay. How long have you known him?
Since like I was 10. 3 years.
3 years? Have you ever met him?
No, I've seen his face.
You seen his face?
Yeah.
So how did you communicate with him?
My cell phone.
Through your cell phone, so you have his number?
Yes.
And you don't have him stored under a certain name, or you have him stored under a gamer tag?
I have him. I made up a name for him.
You made up a name for him?
Yeah.
What name did you make up for him?
Sweden.
Sweden?
Sweden. SWEEDEN.
Okay. How often do you talk to Sweden?
Every weekend.
Every weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. So you called Sweden. And what did you tell Sweden?
Told him what I did.
What exactly did you tell Sweden when you say what I did? Did you tell him how? Or no? How you killed her or no? Okay. Did you send them any pictures?
Yes.
How many pictures did you send them?
I sent him 2 of my mom and then 1 of me.
Okay. Did you... What did he tell you?
He said he couldn't believe it.
Okay. Does Sweden live down here in Florida?
He lives real far.
Real far?
Yeah. In America, though.
These behaviors suggest that the act was not impulsive but planned, which is particularly troubling in a juvenile offender. Online relationships can significantly influence adolescent behavior, as he admitted to sending photos of the crime scene to an online friend. This behavior suggests a desire for attention or validation. It is a concerning sign that Derek sought to share evidence of his crime, showing a lack of remorse and a disconnect from reality. Derek describes his interaction with 911 in a composed manner. The interrogation took a darker turn as Derek described the attack on his mother in clinical detail.
You purposely went for the artery? When you cut her? Okay. Was there a lot of blood after? Okay. Did you tell her anything before you stabbed her? Did you say anything? But she didn't wake up when you... She was asleep when you stabbed her.
What curse words did you say?
Okay. And then she woke up?
Yes.
Did you say anything else to her? Or did she say anything to you or no?
No, she just screamed.
She just screamed?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you stab your mom?
Can I go to the bathroom before I answer that?
Yes, of course.
His focus on the carotid artery suggests premeditation and research. This level of planning in a juvenile offender is particularly troubling and shows long-standing wild ideation. Upon returning, the detectives shifted focus to Derek's online activities.
You said he was your online friend, right? What type of console do you have? Do you play on, or is it on the computer?
I play on a couple consoles. There's an Xbox in the living room. I have a Switch in my room. I have a VR headset in my room too.
Okay. And what type of games do you play?
Mostly fighting or games.
Like what? Some?
Like Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Fortnite, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your gamer tag?
Pictures like Stock Tree.
What is it called?
Stock Tree.
Stock Tree?
1990.
Why'd you pick that name?
Can you spell that for me?
Yes.
Go.
STOCK. No space. Capital T.
No space?
No space. Capital T.
Okay.
REE. 199.
Another 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
0.
Okay, so that's it. Stock Tree 1990, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna also go take you back to the. Did you call anybody else other than your friend?
I called my friend.
Okay. Did you post anything on social media?
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I did not.
Okay. Do you have social media?
I have Discord.
Discord?
Yeah.
That's like a video game thing, right? What's Discord?
It's like WhatsApp.
WhatsApp?
It's like that.
Okay.
That's Discord, D-I-S-C-O-R-D?
Yes.
Okay, and what's your username on that?
It's him, H-I-M.
Capital H-I-M?
Yeah.
Okay.
Underscore.
Underscore?
Yeah.
Okay.
Forever.
Forever? Okay, do you have Instagram?
No.
No? Do you have WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't have Facebook, right?
I have Facebook.
Gathering information about a suspect's digital footprint is crucial in modern investigations. It can reveal motives, planning, and potential accomplices or influences. This interrogation reached a crucial juncture when Derek was asked about his motive.
So you were about to tell me the why. Why did you your mother? Do you know?
Do I have to say it now?
Yeah, get it off your chest. Absolutely.
You can wait for a lawyer.
Okay, at this point, you want a lawyer?
Maybe not.
We can't. No, listen. Just so you understand, okay? You have mentioned or asked us, should you wait for a lawyer? We're not here to advise you on whether to talk to a lawyer or not. That decision is yours, okay? But if you are requesting a lawyer at this point, we can't interview you any further. You understand? We have to stop the interview.
Okay.
Do you want us to stop the interview?
Yes.
This sudden shift showed Derek's growing awareness of the situation's gravity. It's a pivotal moment where the reality of consequences may be setting in, prompting him to seek legal protection. The detectives immediately cease the interview upon Derek's request for a lawyer. This adherence to protocol is crucial for maintaining the case's integrity. Any continuation of questioning after a request for legal representation could jeopardize the admissibility of evidence in court. However, based on his confession, the physical evidence, and the circumstances of the case, Derek was formally charged with first-degree murder. The gravity of the crime led prosecutors to make a significant decision. Despite his young age, they opted to charge him as an adult, a move that would have profound implications for the case and Derek's future. The court ordered Derek to be held without bond. This decision ensured he would remain in custody as the complex legal process moved forward towards trial.